today.
From Commanders Field in Landover, Maryland.
It's Week 10 of the NFL on EA Sports. We'll see the Washington Commanders taking on the New York Giants.
We are just inside the Beltway, about 10 miles east of the Capitol Dome, as we come to you from Commanders Field here in Landover, Maryland. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you talk about this Commanders team coming into play here today.
They're halfway home, looking good, at a perfect 8-0.
And not much to complain about so far, is there? I'd have to say they're the best team in the NFL through the first half of the year.
And they will wrangle it down a couple yards shy of the 30. So here are the Giants ready to start their initial drive of the game. And they will be led out by their signal caller in his second year of the NFL now.
And he's been, in my mind, the best player in the NFL at this point of the season. And I think if you polled folks with a ballot, and I certainly have one, I think they'd say he's a front runner for MVP. So now it comes down to finishing out the season strong. And a good game here would certainly strengthen his case.
Now the first carry for Devin Singletary. He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play. So they'll get the yardage on the run and get 15 more for good measure.
Yeah, that wasn't too difficult to spot. You heard the sideline erupting, and the flags came out almost immediately.
They'll send a receiver in motion left. They'll fake it on the jet sweep, and instead a handoff up the middle. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. They'll set up to throw. Throw left side complete. That's Young. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion. 3rd and 7 now.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
A tough spot here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 7. He'll drop to throw. They'll set up the screen to Vaughn. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. A strong 8 yards will keep this drive rolling. On first down, he'll drop to throw. And that one's going to be off target and incomplete. This Washington defense, Charles, terrific in the victory a week ago.
It was a little bit enlightening talking with the defense coordinator about their performance last week, because the feeling was that it was a good, solid performance. They did what they needed to do to get the job done and get the win, but definitely a few lapses that they're looking to correct.
Again, he'll drop to throw.
We'll get this out wide to Singletary. And he is stopped just short on third down. Got 9 yards, but needed 10. Interesting decision here. Opening drive, Charles, 4th and short. You're in field goal range. We'll see what they do.
I just shake a fist at my offense and say, go get it, guys, because if you can't pick up 4th and short here, we're probably in trouble the rest of the game.
Plenty of shouts from this crowd as they watch the replay. They want a challenge, and they're going to get one. The thing that they'll be looking at is a spot of the football, and this is always such a tough one for officials to get exactly right.
Not just because of how fast the game's going, but just trying to get the right sight line to the football. That's not always easy. We'll see what they decide here.
So not successful there on the challenge, and he'll have to be careful from here on out because he'll only have one challenge remaining.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Points 1, 2, and 3 in their defensive game plan was to get to the quarterback and knock the ball free. They did it there. Luckily, offense hangs on to it.
Yeah, that's got to serve as a wake-up call, though, because they can't afford to let the ball go over to the...
Singletary loses it, and it's Washington that scoops it.
Does the big boy have the juice?
Down to the 10, and he is going to bring this one back to the house. It's a Commanders touchdown on the scoop and score.
The big boy earning his lunch. That's what you call rumbling with the ball, Charles.
Big man with football. He wasn't just earning lunch, Brandon. He was earning dinner. He was
midnight snack.
Everything that you could possibly do, he did it on that play to pick up the ball and go.
Extra point by Blankenship is up and good.
And it's now a 7-0 game. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score.
And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. Let's spotlight Devin Singletary as this offense comes back out.
He's probably a little angry at himself. It was his fumble, obviously, a moment ago that led to the scoop and score touchdown that has him down early.
And now we find out about the psychology aspect of being a coach. Because when you have a guy who's, that's just happened, some people want to take him out of the game immediately. Others say, you know something? Let's feed him the ball again next series and see if he's going to be able to atone for it. Let's see what they decide to do.
And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave him with a second and just a few inches left.
On the counter, this is Singletary.
I know what you're thinking out there. I know a lot of you are thinking, take a shot downfield. It's a great spot for it. I'd say maybe later in the game, definitely in the second half. But right now, I think they were just trying to get some momentum built. Get a first down, pick it up, and keep moving.
Quick throw there is incomplete. You talk about this Washington defense.
They're in the spot statistically that you don't want to be in against the pass. Number 32 in the league, dead last.
And when you're getting ready to face the #1 overall offense in the NFL, it does not matter where you rank defensively because you got your hands full. You don't know what you're going to face, but you know that that's a strong unit that you're getting ready for.
So it was already a gain on the completion, but tack on some more with that penalty.
Absolutely. No matter what angle you're making the tackle from, you can't grab the face mask, and that's just putting your defense on its heels just a little bit more.
Now they go screen. It's complete. They showed off a nice juke of the defender before the next wave could bring him down. So the completion good for 7 there, and that will bring up second down.
And good yardage there on first down because sometimes all you need to do on the screen is get one key block. That might set your man free, and that was pretty good pursuit to the football defensively, or it could have gone for more.
quick slant, caught by Moore.
And the Giants are going to be looking at 1st and goal as they move this down to the 4-yard line. Vaughn is into the end zone. Touchdown, Giants.
A strong, determined run there, Charles, to get in for 6 points.
This is why it's such a team game, isn't it? And I know that sounds really generic and it sounds almost trite, but the blocks were made up front, offensive line, collective victory at the line of scrimmage and downfield. And how about the finish to the run all the way into the end zone?
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And no thought of bringing this one out. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll begin the drive at the 30. Here are the Commanders for their first drive of the game.
And leading them out, their signal caller, now in his 4th season in the NFL.
And you've got to think that they've got to be feeling pretty fresh. You know, coming off of the open week, didn't have to play, right? Gives them a chance to rest up a little bit, heal some of those aches and pains, and excited about playing again. That really rekindles things a little bit. I want to see how they come out and establish themselves here early.
And that bye week coming right where they want it, in the middle of the schedule.
They'll run for the first time here with Brian Robinson.
And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a first down. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give them the yardage that they needed, but they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They're going to look to throw. He'll buy some time right.
And that nearly intercepted on his very first throw of the game. Fortunate there. It's 2nd down.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Flushed out right.
And that one a little too high as it's knocked away and incomplete.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. They'll drop to throw.
Oh, he'll let one go deep for Higgins.
And a penalty flag comes in as that one winds up incomplete, but the contact is going to move the ball well downfield.
Well, that one hurts. I mean, it was 3rd down, of course, but now the penalty, and we're back to 1st down.
Yeah, it hurts momentum in a big way, and they built that up here in the early going. Now, that leaves the opposition with a 1st down. That's a mistake you don't want to make at this point in the game.
No, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete. Now a 2nd and 10.
They'll look to throw again, escaping the pressure right. 6 yards there off the scramble, but it'll still leave him with a 3rd down.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the 1st down.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Washington. A 13-yard touchdown run.
And Washington has taken the lead.
Nothing like understanding where your escape hatches are as a quarterback. Here he's looking, but he knows he doesn't want to force anything. So when nothing avails itself, he slips past the rushers, takes it right up the middle, and takes it into the end zone.
Blankenship out for the point after.
It's up and good, and it's 14-7 now here in the first quarter. That time a 6-play drive, and it's capped off by a 13-yard touchdown run.
So after After the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And they had lost 2 in a row prior to getting the open week last weekend, so potentially a chance for them to get away for a bit, heal up, and come back strong.
That's what the hope is anyway, because you're going to find out now with your team, are you still focused on being the best you can be for the rest of the season with the things going the way they have earlier this year?
So a big penalty there on the face mask leads to 1st and 10. He'll look to throw. There's now a loose football. The ball comes out. And it's Washington that scooped. And now off to the races down the right side. And he gets it back into the end zone. It's a fumble recovery leading to a Washington touchdown. So that is now 2 fumble return touchdowns. You talk about something that's going to drive a head coach crazy.
Without a doubt. But for the defensive guys, once you do it once, you create a frenzy. Everybody wants to get involved, and they got it done a second time.
Rodrigo Blankenship on for the PAT. It's good, and it is now 21-7. The scoop and score, always an exciting play in football, and we witnessed it there. Grabbing it off the ground and then rumbling it into the end zone for 6. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. And here comes the Giants offense back out onto the field.
And in just about every game we see, partner, what do we do when we look at the stat sheet? We go right to
the turnover differential.
Without a doubt, because when we see that, that pretty much tells the tale of the game. And I know there's still plenty of time to go, but you've got to take care of the football in order to win it.
It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Now they show jet sweep, but instead a run up the middle here. And the defense closes quickly there. He'll get maybe a yard to the 33. They'll come up now 3rd and 3. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. He's going to get that to his running back out of the backfield. And he will have a Giants 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. The tight end in motion right. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Second time in this game, Charles, the ball has squirted out from his hands. Luckily, his teammate was there to pounce on it.
You're right. Got the lucky bounce, able to retain possession. You know, we often talk about the combine and why do we measure quarterbacks' hands. Is that really a big deal? It's for situations like this. Do you have the hands big enough and strong enough to hold on to the football while being jostled?
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. That'll bring up 4th down. They wind up getting 8 yards, but they needed more than that.
And that's a play that's not uncommon on 3rd and long because the offense is just hoping that somehow they can get a guy in space and follow some blockers downfield. Does a pretty nice job there getting a few yards, but he ends up getting stopped before he can get the 1st down.
On 4th down, punt coming from Braden Mann. And that one hits a little too close to the goal line, and it continues into the end zone for a touchback. Now Washington going to retake the field for drive number 2. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown their last time out, looking to repeat that. In Charles's defense, they were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways, because you know they're both motivated. They both game planned for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
They'll try and start this drive in the air.
And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's second down. So, CD, you look at this offense and what they've been able to do. 8-0, perfect through the first 2 months of the year. Second half of the season still to come. We get that. But what kind of a percentage chance do you think that they have of running the table?
Partner, I think it's hard to say because...
Launches deep. A jump ball, and this is caught. A huge play there for Washington. 51 yards. Prime example there of how his height can be an advantage. It makes it tough on some of these smaller defensive backs.
When they try and go through that type of a receiver to get the football, oftentimes that big body, that frame will block them away. And whether the receiver has to elevate or extend, now he has a clear path to the football with the defender usually on his back.
So that changes things in a big way. Now from all the way down inside the 30, here's 1st and 10.
And this one nearly picked off. Kind of surprising to see a defender of his caliber let it get away, but get away it does, and it's second down.
On play action, they'll throw. Looking for the end zone. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the 1st down and move the chains. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. He's going to let it go deep for the end zone. Now a battle for the football. It's caught. It's a touchdown. Terry McLaurin, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Commanders have moved out in front by 3 touchdowns. Boy, CD, what a... them all the points that they put up. I'm not sure what you say on the other sideline right now.
I think it's as simple as this, partner. The way that they're playing, there's no limits on what this league could become.
Now Blankenship on for the PAT. Oh, this will frustrate a coach right here. The flag is out before they get off the extra point. And this is going to be a delay of game. Now, the offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted.
Now from 5 yards further back, this becomes a 37-yard extra point attempt. He knocks it through. It's 28-7. So the drive there, 5 plays, 80 yards.
And it's finished off by a Terry McLaurin touchdown. So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off. And able to get this out to the 25.
Here's the Giant offense now as they get ready to take over here.
Defense got the better of them last series, forcing a punt. See if they make a few changes in the game plan here and try to get points out of this drive. 1st and 10.
They'll come out throwing here on 1st down.
Open man, that's...
Oh, now he's stripped. He lost the football.
And it's Washington that scoops it up.
And he's going to take this one back to the 37-yard line.
A lot of talk this week about ball security. In fact, they added an extra period in practice to be more secure with the ball. It didn't work out there.
Well, sometimes you just get overexcited during the game. You may all of a sudden make your catch, see some open field, and decide you're going for it, and not realizing that danger lurks while you're doing so. And there's your end result right there.
2nd and 10. They'll run this one right with Robinson.
And he gets us down inside the 35 before going out of bounds.
4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. Got this complete to Jahan Dotson.
And he'll be out of bounds as he gets it down to the 30 there. So the completion good for just 3. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. Back to throw here. Dancing to his left. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the Giants have it. It's picked up. So they tried it. Not only did they not get the first, they fumbled it away.
Yeah, it's one of those things where it went from bad to worse, but I know that everyone's going to pile in on the call and say, well, what are you doing? Why would you go for it there? I think that teams that are convinced that they feel pretty good about their game plan, what they want to get done that day, go for it. Give it a try. Hey, let's see if your defense can rescue them a little bit.
Boy, nowhere to go at all on that 1st down run as they will get to him behind the line of scrimmage.
Part of their struggles last week was getting these negative plays on 1st and 2nd down. That's something they have to be wary of as this game continues.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Now Vaughn, toss left side. They're going to drop him behind the line yet again, and things going from bad to worse. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11. They're backed up here. Tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first.
Now they set up the screen. That's complete.
And he can only get this to the 42-yard line, and that is not near enough. They do get 7 out of that, but not enough to prevent a 4th down. Out now is the punter, Braden Mann.
And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. And when it's said and done, it's a 58-yard punt.
And the Commanders will take over with a 1st and 10.
Out comes Washington's offense as they get set to take over here.
But Charles, they're really stringing these possessions and scores together early. We're still in the 1st quarter, but if they can score again here, look out.
Yeah, and as you taught me when we're broadcasting games, one word we're supposed to avoid, and that's blowout. But that's exactly what's going on here. Down 3 possessions just the 1st quarter. That goes beyond any worst-case scenario we might have thought coming into this game. And another touchdown here, that should eliminate any hopes for any type of a comeback.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive, eluding the pressure right.
Out route looking for McLaurin. He's got him.
And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Robinson up the middle.
Powers through.
And this is going to be a Commander's 1st down as he's got this up to the 40-yard line.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and put the defense back on its heels.
They run on 1st down with Jackson. And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46.
Well, I think after that run, the defense get back in the huddle and looking at each other and maybe starting to question their confidence a bit. They gave up a significant run, 6 yards, and now you're saying to yourself, how do we stop them, and do I have enough confidence to make a play?
25. Yards there on the catch and run.
And it's a real luxury when you have a guy who can turn a short throw into a solid gain at any moment. Once he caught that ball, he ID'd where the open grass was and got there in a hurry to pick up a new set of downs for his offense.
He'll manage to break a tackle and get this forward for a couple. It'll be second down. An entertaining start to this one. More to come on EA Sports. Second quarter now from our nation's capital, and it's Washington in possession of the football as they've got a 2nd and 8 forthcoming. That ball nearly intercepted. The rookie had his hands on it but couldn't pull it in. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Forced out to his left. This throw taken in by Isaiah Likely. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down about the 21 or 22. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and that's going to make it 4th down.
I thought maybe when he caught it, he'd have a good chance of getting that 1st down, but that's a nice job of holding him up and preventing him from getting to the sticks.
Out there is Rodrigo Blankenship in the field goal unit.
On the left hash mark, this a 38-yard attempt.
Blankenship's kick is good.
And that will extend their lead even further.
So everything else has gone right in this first half. Kind of follows that it would for their kicker, too, as he adds 3 more onto the lead.
Yeah, and the way that this one's gone, definitely not looking like he's going to have to worry too much about pressure kicks late in the game. He can go out there free and easy, just work on his form, and he knocked that one through.
And they're going to mark that where it went out of bounds. It's the 40-yard line. Well, you don't see that often. He just mishit it, and it goes out of bounds.
Well, I know sitting up here, and I'm looking at you, and you're looking at me, and I know we're both thinking the same thing. Isn't it easy enough to keep it between the sidelines? Because unless you're intentionally doing it for some reason, well, that's a costly mishit, and now you put your team in a bad spot.
On the counter, it's Vaughn. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I have a feeling they'll stay committed to running the football, especially on the early downs. They just haven't had a whole lot of success just yet.
The opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. They'll set up a throw. And the Washington pressure gets to him. He will go down. That time, multiple defenders getting pressure, and it's a loss of 6.
So if we recount real quick, he had the touchdown earlier, and now he comes up with the sack here. No doubt about it, he's having himself a game.
The Giants on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. This will be a tough 3rd and 18. A throw right side caught by Neighbors. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And it'll be 4th down. Here's Braden Mann now as he's on to punt for New York. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. A big kick, 50 yards that time with a return of 4. And the Commanders will take over, but backed up deep in their own territory. Back to throw now on 1st down. And that nearly trouble, but it's incomplete. The rookie had it and lost it, and it'll be 2nd down. Oh, he'll let one go deep for Higgins. And that is caught one-handed. Oh, my, he pulled it in. And he's able to get this down deep on the Giants side of the field. Big yardage that time for Washington. 74 yards. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a 1st down. He's going to be sacked back at the 23-yard line. Chase Young able to record his 5th sack of the season. And the job becomes twice as difficult now after the sack. It's 2nd and 20. This Throw incomplete, nearly picked off. And with his pedigree, he doesn't drop many of those. But third down coming up. He'll drop this down to Jackson.
And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. He did his best to just get 4 out of that, but not enough. And now fourth down.
How about that strategy there, Brandon? Third down. They just said, we've got faith in our tacklers. We'll give you the short stuff, and just decided to protect the sticks. So every time I hear fans telling me tackling's not a part of the game anymore, plays like that, I can clip and save and show them you have to tackle well if you want to be a good defense.
Out there is Rodrigo Blankenship in the field goal unit.
And they're not going to get the kick off in time.
That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit. The Commander's going to bring out the field goal unit.
He connected on his first, this from 41.
Blankenship's kick is good.
And that will extend their lead even further.
So more of the same here, CD. Not a touchdown, but 3 more points added on to their lead.
Yeah, it's been a total domination here in this first half. Offensively, defensively, even the special teams have chipped in as he connects on the field goal. It may be a little bit premature, but I think the only thing they're worried about dominating now, the post-game meal.
And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. That's taken in by Stewart. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. 2nd and 6, just inside the 30. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw.
He's got the connection to Moore. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled.
They'll look to throw now on first down. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he is going to lose yardage here. But despite the completion, they're going to wind up losing 3 there. 2nd down.
A run with Vaughn out of the gun.
And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3.
Sometimes your philosophies get challenged at times you don't want them to. They did try to stick to the running game on the first 2 plays. Didn't amount to much.
And now facing a 3rd and long at the outset of this drive. And Johnson lost the football. It's loose, poked out.
And it's Washington that scoops it up. And, he takes a shot at the end of that play. And, boy, ball security a problem for him so far. 2 first-half fumbles. The first one they were able to keep. This one, a turnover.
And they've got to determine what is causing these turnovers. Is it extra effort, trying to get extra yardage? Sometimes you just have to take what you can get and just take care of the ball.
And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line.
Now we've got whistles here before the snap, and I believe this is going to be on Washington. So they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit.
The false start backs them up 5, 1st and 15. Now a good job shifting right, finding his target. They get 14 yards, but not enough for the first down due to the previous penalty. That's what we're used to seeing from him right there. Plays like that, why he's number 4 in the league in terms of receiving yardage.
Able to make adjustments all along the way. Doesn't matter where he lines up, where he releases from. Working his way into the secondary, figures out defenses and finds weak spots in order to get open.
And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. 7 yards there and a first down. Now back to throw.
On the throw, led him too much that time. It's incomplete. Here's 2nd and 10.
They'll look to throw here.
He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone.
And this is going to be intercepted.
And the Giants are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive.
They start the drive with Vaughn.
Gets around him, and he'll be corralled right around the 34. First play of the drive going for 14 and a first down. He'll look to throw.
Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's 2nd down. On the draw, it's Vaughn.
And he'll rumble for about 5, up close to the 40.
So if you've been playing defense in this one, there's a little bit of the good and some bad, because they did give up the touchdown run to him earlier, but shut him down otherwise.
Outside of that, you're exactly right. I would say they've contained him very well. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. It's a 7-yard gain and good enough to move the chains. Couple of first downs to kick off the drive. Here's 1st and 10 up at the 46. Looking to throw.
There's a short one to the tight end, Johnson.
And they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47.
Here's 2nd and 3.
They'll look to throw.
Again, it's Johnson.
Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down. The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Young. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. Another good completion on the drive as the Giants have a first down.
Now that's the kind of big play you'd like to see. This first half, it hasn't gone their way, and they could use a shot in the arm, something to perk them up a bit. And they get one here in the passing game.
Back to throw again. It's caught. It's Stewart. And able to get this down inside the 15 to either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds.
2nd down and 4.
Back to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete.
And the Giants are going to be set up with a 1st and goal coming up as they get him down at the 6-yard line.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
On the ground with Vaughn.
And he goes backwards on this one. Losing yardage to the 7.
Now, during that run, an injury here. We got one of those big blockers in some discomfort. Here's a 2nd and 7. Steps away. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. But I believe the Giants got this back, and they will hold on to the possession. We hear them discuss red zone efficiency a lot, CD, and they almost gave that one up in the red zone. Luckily, they'll have another shot.
And you and I both know that every offensive coordinator, play caller in the league, they take particular delight in their red zone calls because those are the payoff ones. But you can't call a play if your team doesn't have the ball. Got to secure it.
Patterson's kick is good.
And that will cut the lead down to 3 scores at 24.
Well, still some climbing left to do to get back to even, but forcing a turnover and getting the field goal there, that's a small step toward erasing the early deficit.
Absolutely. That interception field goal, that's the beginning of what they hope will be several steps towards erasing that deficit and building a lead of their own by the time this game is over.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. They'll begin the drive with Jackson on the ground.
And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. It's a loss of 5 there, bringing up 2nd. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And he can't get away from the pressure. The Giants get there.
Brian Burns flying in there and dropping him for the sack.
And this offense on 3rd down today, 2 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and a mile. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. Despite a pickup of 16, they're still well short of the sticks on 4th.
Now here's Trenton Gill now.
That's taken on the 25. Now a hit and a loose football.
And it looks like the defense has got it.
And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Now a handoff inside. It's Jackson. Slipped one tackle, but no more as he's knocked to the deck behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. And he'll be taken down at the 33, a pickup of about 4. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. A reminder that coming up in 2 minutes' time, we'll check in with Jonathan Coachman from Orlando. He'll have highlights and analysis of this first half of play. Got to get to the 26 for a first. This is 3rd down. Shakes off the sag. But in the end, the pressure too great, and he goes down. Multiple defenders getting to him there for a huge loss. A CD, a little bit of feast or famine for him. He's had some success throwing the football, but also now he's been sacked 4 times.
Yeah, you just mentioned the 4 sacks, but you're right. He has managed to hang in there and make plays at times. His offensive line, they've got to figure it out and pick things up and give him more opportunities, and he has to help them by getting rid of the ball a little bit quicker as well.
Well, he does have a good leg. I'll give him that. But not that good.
Not by a long shot.
They'll look to throw here on 1st down. Over the middle, complete. It's Stewart. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. 1st down, Giants on a pickup of 14. And now before this 1st down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as he'll stop it with exactly a minute to go before halftime. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Young. Now the Giants will use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. Quick throw there, but it's going to be incomplete.
His back has been a dependable safety valve all game, so he went back to him when his first read was covered. Just unable to connect, so the play results in no gain.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. Throwing quickly there, but it's incomplete.
I'm really liking what I'm seeing from this defense because their coverage has been playing at a shutdown level so far. Even backed up late, they're forcing incompletions and fighting to keep him out of the end zone as the first half winds down.
And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. They'll set up to throw. He's got it. Touchdown. Deuce Vaughn, as the first half is winding down. And the Giants are able to cut into this lead in the final seconds of the first half. A nice throw there by the 2nd-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to a 2nd and sometimes 3rd progression. That was a nice play.
Extra point by Patterson, up and good. And that'll cut this to a 17-point spread. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And with a 3-score lead already, this is not time for a momentum change, so I'd imagine they'd be happy to just take this into the locker room. And defensively, they're just looking to keep him contained as they're able to get him down. It's a pickup of 7, and it is also the final play of the first half. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. The final second ticks by, and that's going to do it for the first half of play. So we've reached halftime here in our nation's capital with the Commanders on top. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman in our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach!
All right, Brandon, we'll get back to you two in a bit. For now, plenty of early game action around the NFL to get you caught up on, so let's get to it. We'll get things started up at Ford Field in Detroit. And it's the Lions who hold on to the lead in that one. Jared Goff with 3 touchdown passes. From there, we head over to MetLife Stadium to check in on the Jets. And you can see, currently they trail in that ball game. The Titans trying to hold on and claim victory. Lastly, let's get out to Jacksonville. See what's happening with the Jaguars at TIAA Bank Field. As you can see, the score there in the second quarter. Trevor Lawrence with a couple of touchdown passes there.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always to you and the gang in Orlando as we welcome everyone back in for quarter number 3. Second half about to start. The Commanders have the lead. They'll get it first as we are back underway. And we will not have a run back here as the second half starts with a touchback. The Washington offense ready to go to begin the third quarter. And, Charles, they've got the lead. I would imagine the overall halftime tone was a positive one, but what do you think the talking points were in the locker room?
Well, if there were 3 talking points at the half, partner, all of them were about turnovers because they were pretty loose with the ball. Otherwise, this lead could be even bigger. Now, I don't think that they overly harped on it, but I think they told them, guys, if you want to keep calling those plays that are exciting, you've got to take care of the ball. Otherwise, we may have to dial things back a little bit.
Second half begins with a run by Robinson. 50 yards rushing for him now to this point.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. They'll run again here with Robinson. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down. Decided to hand it off that time on the run-pass option.
Appeared to be an easy decision. Just gave it inside. Nice steady gain.
1st and 10, and they've got 3 tight ends out there. A jumbo package look. Yeah, he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
Straight ahead, it's Robinson. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
They were not fooling around at all, were they? 2nd and short, and they brought out the heavy package. Almost like the super heavy package against that defense, didn't it?
Yeah, I don't think they expected that much beef up front, and it turned into an easy first down conversion. So the drive takes them into Giants territory now. 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. Oh, he'll let one go deep for Higgins. Now a battle for the football. It's caught. It's a touchdown. T. Higgins, 45 yards. As his guys are able to push that lead out a bit further. So another touchdown there, and even though we're still just here in the third quarter, kind of hard now to see them giving up this lead.
And this is just an offense that's imposing its will right now. You name it, they're able to do it. If you're the play caller, whatever you want to select is there. You want to run it, you want to throw it, pick and play, any play. They're rocking and rolling right now.
Extra point by Blankenship is up and good. And the lead is now 24. That time, 75-yard drive, 5 plays. And it was T. Higgins who capped the drive with the touchdown reception. So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. They'll begin on the ground here with Vaughn. They'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
2nd and 4. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. First target, first catch, and a first down.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down, because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down, executed it to perfection. Vaughn on 1st and 10. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
It's interesting going into this game. There was so much talk from both sides about who would control the line of scrimmage. I think we've seen who has it in this one so far.
Well, they've bottled him up. He's barely averaging over 3 yards a carry right now. And now the ball's out. Fumble near midfield. And there he goes right side. Well, if these guys wanted to get back in this game, they needed an almost perfect second half, and down 3 scores. A lost fumble here certainly doesn't fit into that plan.
That reminds me of my plan in college to get an A on the papers I turned in, but that didn't work out too well either. Too many mistakes by both of us. I mean, that's just pure and simple, and that's why that's exactly where they are in this ball game. They're going to need a huge turnaround if they want to try and win this one.
And he's going to look that one in one-handed. What a catch for the touchdown. Well, familiar refrain. A turnover leads to a touchdown, and that lead grows even wider now here in this third quarter.
Yeah, partner, I'd say there are a lot of grins breaking out on that sideline because, let's face it, they came in thinking they were in for a real fight in this game, but this one's been about as one-sided as we've seen in a while. In addition, if you're a backup, time to start stretching and loosening up. You may get some playing time in this one.
Blankenship out for the point after. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. They had the short field, and they made quick work of it. Just 2 plays to get into the end zone. So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. New York's offense back out there and set to go. Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
And every game that's ever been played, all coaches talk about taking care of the football and limiting turnovers. And in this one, after we saw that first turnover, we worried that things would snowball, and it certainly did, especially on the scoreboard.
Throw left side is taken in by Stewart. 68 yards receiving now for him in the game, and a first down on that last catch as well.
He'll drop to throw.
And he cannot avoid the pressure as the Washington pass rush gets home.
It'll be a loss of 7 on the sack, and it brings up second.
Now a quick slant as the throw's complete.
I think as he began this throw, you saw that the area was congested, but he has a lot of confidence in his arm, and he fits that one in there nicely. They pick up the catch. Not much yardage afterwards.
And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that.
So they'll get 8 out of that completion, and that'll bring up 4th down. And the Giants send out their punter now. He's been terrific so far. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line.
Set to go again. Here's Brian Robinson in the Commander offense.
And he's sure looking like a lock for a 1,000-yard season. Don't know if he's going to get it in this game, but he'd probably like to just to get past that point.
Yeah, and if he doesn't, as you noted, there's still time, still opportunity. There's still more games to be played. So, yeah, it's not a lock. But barring injury, it certainly looks like he's going to get there. And what an accomplishment that is. Anytime you get over 1,000 yards, you're celebrated in the NFL.
It's been quite a season. Still a couple chapters left in that book, though.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense.
Oh, he didn't spike it. He faked it. Flush to his right.
And that is going to wind up incomplete. So they try to hit him with something you don't see too often, but it doesn't work out.
And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect him to have more completions to him in this game.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Oh, he fakes the spike.
And that is going to wind up incomplete. So they try to hit him with something you don't see too often, but it doesn't work out. Oh, now some trickery. They fake the spike.
Flushed out right. And he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he's out of bounds.
Washington going to send out their punter
as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. A call for a fair catch, and it's made at about the 23-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And it'll be Giant football 1st and 10. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. And it's a fumble.
And it's Washington.
And now off to the races down the right side.
And he is going to bring this one back to the house. It's a Commanders touchdown on the scoop and score. Rodrigo Blankenship on for the PAT.
And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. So not only the cough up, but then the pickup on the other side, the scoop, and the score the other way, the fumble return for a touchdown.
And he'll be stopped up at the 25. Now a fake on the jet sweep, and off the play action, he'll look to throw it.
And he's taken to the ground, but he was pulled down by the face mask. Here come the flags, and I believe this is going to be a 1st down.
So a potential big play by this defense wiped out by the face mask.
And disappointing because it was so unnecessary. They had the sack. But the officials are definitely keeping a close eye on the quarterback, especially the referee. They were able to spot that one immediately.
And able to use his blockers to get this up over the 40. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. They're going to look to throw.
This one swung out to Vaughn.
And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. He finds his man, complete. It's Young. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They'll drop to throw. He gets this one to Johnson. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Again, he'll drop to throw.
Over the middle, taken in by Neighbors.
And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. So give them the yardage on the pass and half the distance to the goal line.
Because they're inside the 30, so now you don't march off the full 15, right? You have half the distance to the goal. In any event, that's precious real estate given up.
And that's a touchdown, but hold on. There is a flag down on the field. We'll have to see what this is about.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, defense.
So obviously they will decline the penalty there, and the result is 6 points.
Patterson now for the extra point.
And his kick is good, but flags come in. Looks like we're going to get a roughing call here on the follow-through. Uh-oh, flag comes out here. This is going to be roughing the kicker.
When you're going back there on the kick block, you've got to go to the right point. That didn't happen. Ran into the kicker. The penalty flag had to come out.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
So out comes Washington's offense to take over.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
Taken down for the 5th time this game. Multiple defenders there to get him.
That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. The defense rising to the challenge and setting them back on the sack. They'd like to avoid punting from their own end zone so they could use something here on 3rd down.
There's a short one pulled in by Sinnott.
It'll be a gain of 5, and that's going to bring up a 4th down.
Washington going to send out their punter.
As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And he's able to get it out of there. So possession goes over here on the punt.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
Good starting field position for the New York Giants here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 45. They go play action here on 1st down. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Young. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. He'll look to throw. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes. But the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. Complete. It's Johnson.
And they're going to have another 1st down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 33.
12 yards there as they move the chains. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. They'll run on 1st down. It's Norton. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. Now a 1st carry for their fullback.
And he's able to work his way down inside the red zone to the 19-yard line. So tug on the face mask, and that's going to cost him 15 yards.
And sometimes it'll go unnoticed, but that one, pretty obvious for everyone to see.
So the face mask moves him closer, and now 1st and goal. The give to the fullback on the dive. And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal. From the gun, he'll hand this off. And he maneuvers his way down to the 3-yard line. A nice run there as he picks up 6. It's going to be 3rd and goal now. Singletary. And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage. Back at the 6. Not at all what they envisioned on 3rd down. 3 yards in the wrong direction. Make it now 3 tackles for a loss in this game, 1 for each quarter.
And for a guy who played defense in college, I can just tell you that he's feeling very satisfied right now by what he's doing. But he's elated because he knows what he's doing is helping his team win the game right now. Making some big-time plays, getting into the offense's backfield, and spilling everything.
Riley Patterson now on for the field goal. This an easy one, 23-yarder. Patterson's kick is good. And now they'll just need 4 touchdowns as the deficit is now 28. Kind of surprised by that they kicked the field goal. I guess you get some points, but this deficit 3rd quarter, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't either. Yeah, I'm with you on that one. When you're down that much, kicking a field goal, does it feel a little bit maybe waving the white flag and just want to get out of here? Yeah, I think you got to go ahead and try and get some bigger points on the board.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. There's a short one pulled in by Simmett. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard.
In today's NFL, we're accustomed to the tight end getting downfield and creating plays and wreaking a little havoc in the secondary. Not on this one, though. They diagnosed that one really well.
Tried the dump off, lost yardage. Give him 3 yards on the run there. That still leaves him with a difficult 3rd and 8 coming up.
Well, they gave up a few yards there, but all in all, I think it's a pretty nice job defensively against the Jets sweep. If they don't slow him up, he might take it to the house, so they'll take that play every time on the defensive side of the ball.
And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. He gets a good chunk of yards there, 8 all told, but they're still looking at a 4th down. Washington going to send out their punter as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. .47 yards on the punt that time, just 1 yard on the return. And the Giants' drive will start from deep in their territory with a 1st and 10. And New York set to take the field. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And he's got the hook up to Moore. Now he's loose at the 40. Inside the 20, Sky Moore, and all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Sky Moore, 88 yards. And the Giants are able to make some inroads here to that deficit. Extra point by Patterson, up and good. And that'll cut the lead back down to 21. And Patterson back out there to send this one away. This taken in at the goal line. And he will be taken down here on the return on what will wind up being the final play of this 3rd quarter. So both offenses come to life here in this 3rd quarter as this is shaping up for a good finish. They begin the drive with Robinson. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Part of the thinking when you bring in extra tight ends, you're hoping that each of your guys gets those one-on-one blocks and creates a crease for your runner. But the converse is, though, you've got to win those one-on-one blocks. And when you don't, that's the result you end up with.
And a nice move will yield nothing as he's stopped behind the line. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up 3rd down. And he tries to power forward, but he will not get back to the line of scrimmage. A 3-yard loss. 4th down now. Washington going to send out their punter as he's on for the 5th time here today. Now a fair catch taken just across midfield, maybe by a yard or 2. It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return. And out will come the offense as they take over. And the Giants ready to come out now. And they unfortunately are staring at a mini losing streak developing, trailing here in the 4th quarter. This would be their 3rd straight defeat. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10, just shy of midfield at the 49. The first play of the drive there is incomplete. What we just saw there, that's really been a common theme all afternoon.
A lot of pressure. That forced the errant pass. He's been under duress this entire afternoon. He just had to unload that one. He's fortunate it was just incomplete. And
down the numbers. There he goes. Touchdown, Giants. Malik Neighbors, 51 yards. And the Giants have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. Extra point try now for Patterson. And the lead will be cut down to 14. Pretty clean and simple there. Just 2 plays. The long pass resulting in the touchdown on play number 2. Jackson now to return. And able to get this out to the 25. A look at Washington as they come onto the field. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. To the right side and caught by Senate. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That one covers 29 yards, 1st down. They run with Jackson out of the gun, and he is going to lose yardage here. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down. This offense has had a lot to like in this game. I don't know that last play, though, is going to make the highlight reel.
It's not going to make the highlight reel, but it will be the focus of the film session that the team has to sit through. I've sat through those before. Never any fun. You're always excited about your good plays, and they actually fast forward through those. All right, that was good. All right, great. They get to the bad ones and really illuminate them. Not cool.
So their task a little bit more difficult now. 2nd and 13 that they're walking up on. A short one there, caught by Likely. Only able to gain a couple there. And that'll bring up a 3rd and 11 situation. On play action, they'll throw. It fights him off. Pass to the sideline and pulled in. And he's taken down inside the 30. That'll put him at 95 receiving yards now as he's got a 1st down. Back to throw here. Boy, a dangerous throw there. Fortunate for him, it'll wind up incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Nowhere to turn here, and he's going to go down. Back at about the 37-yard line. They push him back 8 yards that time on 2nd down.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Being chased out left. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more.
This is getting ridiculous. 8 sacks now. That time multiple guys get to it. Washington going to send out their punter
as they're forced to kick for the 6th time today. And this will hit just beyond the goal line as it's into the end zone for a touchback. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. Their defense was able to force the punt. That's the good news. But this is still a 2-score game, and they need points on this drive and in a relatively quick manner. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. They'll set up a throw. He finds his man, complete. That's Norton.
Loose inside the 30. Inside the 10.
So they hit pay dirt, but don't count it yet. There's laundry on the field. We'll see what the penalty flag is about.
Personal foul. Roughing the passer. Defense.
So obviously they will decline the penalty there, and the result is 6 points.
Penalty is declined.
So that's a really big play here in the 4th quarter, and don't look now. They're right back in this game.
Did it feel to you, as it did to me, that maybe they were a little bit soft in what they were lining up with on defense? Almost like they were protecting the lead rather than trying to make a play.
And now that lead is down to just 1 score.
And Patterson back out there to send this one away. Another drive coming up for this Washington offense.
This game is really flipped on its head. 2 unanswered touchdowns by the other side, and now they take over here with just a very slim 1-score lead.
And we've seen this how many times now? Teams get a big lead, they go into coast mode, and all of a sudden they're scrambling and battling for a win down the stretch. They've got to put something together right here, otherwise they're in danger of doing the old snatching defeat from the jaws of victory.
We'll see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a 1st down.
And all this is taken in one-handed. What a catch. He has a 1st down, and that catch will also put him over 100 yards receiving now on the afternoon.
Now that's a big pickup right there. And so often we focus on how the quarterback's faking out play action. How about everyone being in on the deal and picking it up?
2nd, 3rd levels, you could see them trying to recover. They bit. Worked out offensively.
On 1st and 10, it's Robinson.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the 4th quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the 1st.
Giant rush gets home as down he goes. Looks like a 9-yard loss, and it also brings up 4th.
Washington going to send out their punter
as he'll come on to kick this one away. Taken in at the 22. It's a 43-yard punt, a return of 5.
And they will take over 1st and 10. The possession switching back to the New York Giants. And it feels like the momentum has shifted. They scored, then their defense forces that last punt. And now a chance to tie the game on this possession.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose.
And it's Washington that scoops it up.
And they will take over at the 26-yard line. Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it.
There's a short one pulled in by Simmons.
And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3.
And they'll come up 2nd and 7.
And he rifles one incomplete.
The defender certainly didn't forget about him leaking out of the backfield. There was a guy ready and waiting to pick him up in coverage, and that throw had no shot.
There's a short one pulled in by Simmons.
And out of bounds right around the 20. So the field goal unit is on the field as this is a big spot right here. That's headed right. It's no good. He misses wide of the upright, and this will remain a one-touchdown game.
That one hurts a bit. That was a golden opportunity to possibly put this one on ice, but he comes up empty.
And how big of a miss might that turn out to be? Stay tuned. There's still time left on the clock. This could be critical.
Still a one-score game. Had he hit that, it would have been 2 scores.
A good start to the drive. Here's that's caught out on the left side. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. The catch and run pays off for 29 yards.
From Commanders territory now, it's 1st and 10
at the 43. The throw over the middle taken in. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. Another good completion on the drive as the Giants have a first down. Now a throw here, hauled in. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. On first down, Norton. And he'll keep it moving down to the 15-yard line. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Norton. And they get to him quickly here as he's stopped right around the 13.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here.
And they'll let their fullback try and push the pile. He's going to be a yard short. Needed 2, but only got 1. 4th down.
Let's give credit to the defense. They got plenty of bodies to the point of attack and stumped the run. But I just wonder if the offensive line let down a little bit, knowing that the big guy was getting the ball, and it's expected him to pick up a first.
Yeah, the Giants are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
And that is caught. He's got it for a Giant touchdown. A great effort there. His 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year.
And the Giants are an extra point away from tying this game here in the 4th.
Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And, partner, we've got a tie game here in the 4th.
This crowd, boy, in a state of shock. What was once safely in hand is now a tie game as the kick is away here. Here comes the Commanders' offense back onto the field. Well, they just gave up the score to tie it. That's the bad news. The good news, plenty of time in this 4th quarter to try to grab that lead back.
And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28.
Robinson with another carry.
And only able to get 2 here. Stopped at the 30.
But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
Buying time to his left. Fighting through pressure. Gets past one man, and they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Good coverage downfield led to him taking off, picking up the first down on a 13-yard run. Now a give. It's Jackson. And he is going to lose yardage here. A full 5-yard loss that time. It's going to make second down pretty tough.
Robinson on a give right side.
They did a really nice job there defensively. They strung the play out, didn't give him a cutback lane. On each play, you have guys what I call our BCR players. Guys are responsible for the bootleg, for the cutback, and for the reverse. They played that one perfectly.
And rode him right out of bounds. And he can't get away from the pressure. The Giants get there. It'll be a sack and a loss of 3, but more importantly, it brings up 4th down. Getting down to the good stuff, all tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. So it's Washington with the football here as we welcome you back. And they're looking at 4th down now in this tie ball game. Now on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. A 41-yard punt there with no return.
Here's 1st and 10. Gets this to Moore. Finding room at midfield. Loose inside the 30. Inside the 10.
Touchdown, Giants!
Sky Moore.
His second touchdown of the afternoon.
And the Giants strike quickly to take the lead here in the 4th.
They get one more as the extra point's up and good. And they will take a 7-point lead.
And Patterson back out there to send this one away. And the returner down to a knee, and this will come out to the 30-yard line. Now Washington
Down by 7. Their undefeated season, it's in danger unless they can score here as they've got a 1st and 10. They'll start here with Jackson. He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down.
Here's 2nd and a yard.
On the draw, it's Jackson. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. They held him in check in the first half, but that's his longest carry of the game right there.
So would this be the definition of fresh legs since he didn't get much done in the first half? Now he has a great...
And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down.
Chase Young
In there to drop him as that clock continues to run.
Here comes 2nd down.
They'll look to throw.
Dotson, he's got it.
I don't know that those medium 5-ish yard gains are going to do it right now. Probably should have dropped it, right?
Yeah, that way you save more time on the clock. But I know receivers, they think they can catch it and break a tackle and turn it into a big gain.
One final shot. They'll look to throw.
This ball intercepted. The Giants are going to hang on the final play. They get the turnover to seal this football game. Charles, normally when you see a group score this many points, it's a complete blowout. But instead, they needed every single one of those in this close, high-scoring affair.
And, Brandon, I'm still on the edge of my seat after that one because when you have that much scoring and it still comes down to a one-possession game at the end, that's not something we see very often. And in this case, these offenses, they brought it. The defenses, they're going to need some work going forward.
So for the Jets, the win will help them keep pace in the playoff race as they move to 6-3 on the year. And they'll get another road test next week as they head to Philly to take on the Eagles.
Meanwhile, for the Commanders,
it's their first stumble of the season as they'll dip to 8-1 on the year. And they'll be off to Minneapolis next week for a look at new U.S. Bank Stadium and a date with the Vikings. So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. With that, we sign off from Landover.